If toddlers could sit down and have an honest conversation with us, they probably would ask for more toys, more snacks, or more screen time. But they would probably also say, I wish you understood me. Because beneath every tantrum, every meltdown, every clingy moment, and every emotional outburst is a little person trying to navigate a very big world, with a brain that is still under construction. As parents, it's easy to focus on behavior, but behavior is communication. And because toddlers most often don't have all of the words to tell us how and what they feel, they show us. When we understand what's happening underneath the behavior, everything changes. The relationship becomes stronger. The struggles become easier to manage. And parenting starts to feel a little less frustrating. So today we're talking about 7 things your toddler wishes you understood. Let's begin. 1. I'm not giving you a hard time. I'm having a hard time. This is probably the most important thing your toddler wishes you knew. When your child is screaming because you gave them the blue cup instead of the red one, when they're crying because their banana broke in half, or when they're lying on the supermarket floor as if their entire world has ended. It doesn't mean they're trying to make your life difficult. They're struggling. Toddlers experience emotions much more intensely than adults. The part of the brain responsible for emotional regulation is still developing. They feel disappointment, frustration, anger, fear, but they don't yet have the skills to manage those feelings. So when emotions become overwhelming, their behavior reflects it. What looks like bad behavior is often emotional overload. In those moments, your toddler doesn't need shame or punishment. They need help. They need a calm adult whose brain can do what theirs cannot do yet. 2. I don't have the words yet. Your toddler feels far more than they can explain. Think about how frustrating it is when you know exactly what you want to say, but the words won't come. Now imagine that happening every day. Toddlers often feel hungry, tired, overstimulated, embarrassed, jealous, scared, lonely. But they don't always have the language to communicate those feelings. Instead of saying, I'm overwhelmed, they cry. Instead of saying, I need a break, they throw something. Instead of saying, I miss you, they cling to your leg. Sometimes behavior is simply communication without words. One of the best gifts you can give your child is helping them label their feelings. Try saying, you look frustrated. That was disappointing. I think you're feeling angry right now. The more language they gain, the less they need behavior to speak for them. 3. I need you to be my safe place. Toddlers are designed to explore, but they're also designed to come back. Have you ever noticed a toddler running off to play, then looking back to check whether their parent is still there? That's not weakness. That's healthy development. Children need a secure base, someone they can return to when life feels overwhelming. When your child seeks comfort after falling down, when they want a hug after being scared, when they climb into your lap after a difficult day, they're not being needy. They're doing exactly what children are supposed to do. Connection creates confidence. Children become more independent when they feel safe, not when they're forced to be independent before they're ready. 4. Sometimes I'm hungry, tired, or overstimulated. Let's be honest, most adults aren't their best selves when they're hungry or exhausted. Toddlers are no different. The difference is that they have far less self-control. A child who skipped a nap, a child who hasn't eaten for a while, a child who has spent hours around noise, lights, and activity. That child is working with a much smaller emotional battery. Sometimes what looks like a behavior problem is actually a basic need problem. Before asking, why is my child acting like this? Try asking, what does my child need right now? Food? Rest? A break? Connection? Often the answer is surprisingly simple. 5. My brain isn't finished yet. This is one that many parents forget. Your toddler does not think like you. They cannot reason like you. They cannot plan like you. And they definitely cannot regulate emotions like you. The part of the brain responsible for impulse control, planning, decision-making, and logical thinking is called the prefrontal cortex. And in toddlers, it's still developing, a lot. So when your child knows the rule but doesn't follow it, that doesn't necessarily mean they're choosing to disobey. Sometimes it means their brain simply cannot consistently apply what they know. This doesn't mean there shouldn't be boundaries. Of course there should. But it does mean our expectations need to match their developmental stage. They're learning, not failing. 6. I learn more from your example than your words. Toddlers watch everything. The way you handle frustration, the way you speak to other people, the way you respond when things don't go your way. Children learn emotional regulation by observing emotional regulation. If you take a deep breath when you're upset, they notice. If you apologize when you make a mistake, they notice. If you show kindness, patience, and empathy, they notice. You don't have to be perfect. In fact, perfection isn't the goal. The goal is showing them what healthy repair looks like, because one day, they'll treat themselves and others the way they've seen relationships modeled. 7. I need connection more than perfection. This might be the most important message of all. Parents today put enormous pressure on themselves to say the right thing, do the right thing, respond perfectly every single time. But that's not what children need. Children don't need perfect parents. They need connected parents. Parents who show up, parents who try, parents who repair after mistakes, parents who keep loving them on the difficult days. The truth is, you're going to lose your patience sometimes. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have days where you wish you had handled things differently. That's normal. What matters most isn't perfection. It's the relationship. Because children remember how we made them feel far more than they remember whether we got every parenting decision right. So if your toddler could tell you 7 things today, they might say, I'm not giving you a hard time. I don't have the words yet. I need you to be my safe place. Sometimes I'm hungry, tired, or overwhelmed. My brain isn't finished yet. I learned from your example, and I need connection more than perfection. Parenting becomes a little easier when we stop asking, what's wrong with my child? And start asking, what is my child trying to tell me? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, which of these 7 points resonated with you the most? And remember, your toddler isn't trying to make life hard. They're trying to figure life out, and they're hoping you'll help them along the way. If you've ever found yourself wondering, why is my child doing this? Then you're in the right place. This channel is all about understanding children's behavior, emotions, attachment, and development, from toddler tantrums to teenage challenges. So if that sounds helpful, hit subscribe and join our growing community of parents who want to understand what's happening beneath the behavior. And if this video gave you a new perspective today, I'd really appreciate a like. It tells YouTube that this content is valuable and helps more parents discover it.